Welcome to Double Dose of Raw Talk Podcast, your weekly dose of many discussions and opinions, a show where we get comfortable being uncomfortable. And remember, no topic is off limits. Now let's talk about it.
All right, y'all. I'm back. It is Misty, host of Double Dose of Raw Talk Podcast, and your girl is back from vacation. And I am tanned, and I am refreshed, and I have reset, and I am in peace. I'm in a good fucking mood, and I'm smiling. Did I mention I am tanned? Because I am tanned. Your girl is tanned. And I feel great. It feels amazing to come back on this microphone. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episodes that were released when I left and released while I was away. Your girl was working. And off the bat, I want to give a quick shout out. This is a very personal shout out to my unofficial but official assistant, my nephew Andrew, my little Andy boy, because I said, boo-boo, I need, those are my boo-boos. My nephews are my boo-boos. I said, boo-boo, I need your help. I need you to be my assistant, like as an intern, like totally unpaid, but I'm going to pay him because it's my little boo-boo. And I need you to post on my social media for me. And my boo did just that. And so shout out to him. I wanted to open up the show with that concept because one of the things I'm preparing for this 10-day cruise vacation that I just came back from, and I'm going to dive into that too, was my concern of how I was going to keep posting, because I intentionally went on this cruise knowing that I was going to try my best to disconnect from social media, and I wanted to disconnect from social media. I really did. And I know there's like applications that you could schedule shit, right? But let's face it, I had never really done that. And I'm talking about social media strictly. For the record, when it comes to podcasting and episodes, you can schedule those to be released. But the social media piece, I was a little nervous about trying those little apps. Like, what if something goes wrong? What if there's a fucking glitch? Whatnot, right? And then I was like, maybe I can ask one of my friends, right? But life be lifing, adulting be adulting. And so I know my friends are fucking busy too, especially if they're not on the cruise with me, right? They're back home. They're being mommies. They got jobs. They got shit to do, right? So then I'm like, who do I turn to? And boom, turn to the youth. I mean, if Marcus, my son, wasn't coming, I would have asked his ass to do it, but he was on the cruise with me. So I went to my resources. I went to my village. I went to my supporters. And let me just say this. Besides my friends and my child, and yeah, my siblings, even though my brothers always talk shit. Shout out to my brothers. Shout out to my sister Patty. My nephews are my number one fans, and there is nothing both my nephews won't do. But my boo-boo Andrew, he's just my social media G. And I wanted to give him a formal thank you, a formal shout out for his just work and just his timing, the scheduling. I told him what times, what captions, just everything, and he did it. And I'm just so proud of him. And I say that to say the show goes on, whether it's a podcast show you're producing and you're the host and it's a one-woman show, whether it's your job, right? I left so much handed off, so much still in the works. The show goes on, right? And things are scheduled and things need to be met with deadlines. And, you know, there's some areas that it will happen successfully, and then there's some that it won't. There's some things that at least are executed before a vacation, or even if it's something so sudden, and, you know, things are left at least pending, right? But the show goes on. Life goes on, right? And y'all already know January was like my pneumonia month. I was like fucking struggling as fuck. It was fucking crazy, guys. Since end of December. And I had already given myself some grace and space in skipping episodes because of a temporary construction shit that was happening in my home. And a little incident that I had. And then pneumonia hits and I lost my voice. There was just no way for me to fucking do this. And I wanted to plan ahead when it came to this vacation. I wanted to make sure that while my voice is still strong, there was still shit to talk about, right? Because y'all know on this platform, we get comfortable being uncomfortable and no topic is ever off limits, right? I wanted to make sure that I still had my conversations with my guests, with myself, and with you guys. And honestly, it's about turning around and saying, I need help. It's about turning around to a team and saying, I need you to step in. Something I have to acknowledge. I've had some amazing support with the show. And I was able to go. I was able to enjoy my vacation. I was able to entrust something so precious to me, a social media platform, a password, posts, captions, something that when you're a one-woman show, you love to have so much control over, right? And this shit doesn't just happen to me here on this show. This shit happens to me at work too. I am my own department, and I had to hand off things to someone else, to someone else's, okay? With several resources. And I had to truly sit there and say, no, you have to trust in your team. The team is not going to fail you. You have to trust in your resources and your supporters and your help. Because you know what? They trust you. You're there for them. You try to be. They give you that space to trust you, to invest in you, knowing that you're going to, invest right back. And so part of that investment is the trust. And this has got to be probably one of the first vacations in a very long time, and one of the longest in a very long time too. That even though I had things to catch up on, I was so relaxed, and I was so, oh, did you hear that sigh? Let me do that one more time. I couldn't even do it a second time. That was so fake, y'all. But the first one was real. I was just so relaxed. I was so peaceful. I was able to enjoy. I had no fears, no concerns about what was going on with my show or with my department, my career, my job, my essentialness in a whole team. And for the first time in this life, when it comes to my creative space, when it comes to my business, when it comes to my career, I was content with going away and not having any worries, including with, my endeavors, including my journeys, my business journeys, my new adventures that I've kicked off on with a partner. Even knowing that, I know there was nothing to worry about. And I truly am in a space now. And this is when I dive into this vacation, y'all. Being overseas on the Caribbean islands. I mean, literally over the sea in a ship, not overseas, but on the Caribbean islands, out at sea for 2 days at a time going, and then 2 days at a time coming, and then from port to port, having a view that was never ending, just like ocean water, never ending. Like all you saw was a skyline. All you saw was sun. All you saw was ocean water, and being able to just reflect so much on your life and just truly sitting there and telling yourself like, bitch, you be going through shit. And literally that's how I would talk to myself, y'all. I was like, bitch, you be going through shit. Life is not perfect. Life is always life, and adulting is always adulting, right? Motherhood don't stop, right? The show goes on, like I said. And I am truly fucking happy. I am truly happy. Even with everything that I've set new goals with, even with everything that I'm not entirely satisfied with, there is so much that I am truly, truly fucking happy. And I was able to feel that and to acknowledge that and to be so self-aware with that emotion. When your girl was swimming in a light blue aquamarine water and feeling those sun rays hitting her face, and that's why I have my shades on, y'all. I was able to fucking realize that just in those moments, I was able to really just sit with myself and be present with myself in the middle of an ocean, swimming, feeling those ocean waves, feeling that water just against my skin. There's so much that happens to the human body. I realized that during this vacation when, in my case, she is feeling relaxed, when she feels so meditated, when she feels so content, when she feels so successful with life, with love for herself, with her family, meaning my child was right there with me. When you are in such a good headspace, when you are in an overall wellness, not perfect, just an overall wellness that is considerably healthy in many aspects and in many areas, it's a good fucking feeling. It's an amazing, amazing feeling. And you just don't take shit like that for granted. And I wanted to come on this microphone and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that. This is not supposed to be a Tuesday mini-sode series, a dose for the soul. Although that one is coming back after we hit episode 100, y'all, because this is episode 95 and I'm fucking excited. That was another shit I was so reflective about. I was like, holy crap, like I'm on episode 95, a full episode 95. I don't want to speak on something that happened during this cruise, because I'm manifesting it and putting it out to the world just with myself, and everything is in due time, right? And I just want to also highlight that you never know when certain opportunities may knock on your door, even when you're on a cruise. People who support you, who are acknowledging your hard work, your dedication, and the Bronx is being the Bronx. They see who you are, what you are about. And when they're telling other people about the work that you're doing, they tell other people just everything you're involved in, you receive that acknowledgement, you receive that praise. And just one person sits there and says, I want to support you. I want to help you. Like, let's connect, right after this cruise. And I plan to with this person. I'm not going to give too much detail as to why this is so significant for me, but just know that while this knock on this door is very significant, and I'm ever so grateful for it, it's so amazing and even far more beautiful when you realize that knock can actually be far more impactful to other ventures and adventures that one is embarking on. Ooh, that's ship talk, y'all. And I'm very excited. To have had such a interesting conversation on a cruise ship with someone who I've essentially have known for a very long time, but did not realize all the work that they do just in their life in general, and how amazing it is that they would even consider to want to support me, to want to support my work, and for them to even take a time to talk to me about what they do, and to try and see how that could mean something to what I do. All of that to say, this has been one of the most amazing experiences of my life to go on this vacation. I haven't been on a vacation in a very long time with my son, and what feels like forever. And I was able to have amazing, amazing, amazing time with my teenage young man, who in about 4 years, actually 3, because y'all, it is March. And my boo's going to be 15, which means in 3 years, this mofo is going to be a whole ass adult, an adult man. And he could easily be like, bye mom, peace out. I'm going on the trip by myself. And I can't say nothing because he's going to be a whole ass adult. But it is March. And y'all, my 2 babies have more birthdays this month. Well, another birthday of life this month. My son, as I said, turns 15 March 19th. And this baby right here, y'all, Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast, turns 2 years old on March 17th. The story behind it go all the way back to the first few episodes. But for those of you who don't want to, and if you're a new listener, y'all, like, one of the things I wanted to do was to launch on a day that A, had the number 7 in it, because 7 is my lucky number, and B, was around the same time that my first child was born, because this is my baby too. And I can't believe it. Time really flies. I cannot believe where we are today. Again, so significant that this vacation was that a conversation about my creative space, my business, what I'm trying to do here in the long run was even a topic of conversation, right? So amazing to be so reflective that my cruise was ending on the last day of February and I was coming back to a fresh new month, fresh new, I don't know, opportunities, new adventures, and part of that is celebrating the life of my two loves, my two great loves, because I put so much work into my child and the show. Well, 2 out of the 3, because my career is still very, very important to me. And I can't explain it. It just feels so fucking damn good to be in such a good space. I'll close this out with this, guys, y'all. Me and my fly ass tan, still I could feel the ocean waves and the sun rays, y'all. Y'all gotta make it to a cruise. Find it in y'all to make it to a cruise one day in your life, just to feel that, y'all. It's fucking amazing. But I'll close this out with this.
This show is sponsored by Queens Infusions, a mompreneur-owned brand that creates terpenes and CBD-infused wellness products. Woman-owned, mompreneur, small business-owned, Queens Infusions wellness products are homemade in small batches from locally sourced ingredients, and they are my absolute favorite. To mellow out, to chill, to enjoy the scent, the taste, ooh, you name it. You don't want to miss this. Go to the show notes, go to Queens Infusions Etsy shop, and at checkout, use DDRT code for 20% off, courtesy of Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast. The truth, honestly, I've said this multiple times on the show, and I'll say it again for the people all the way in the back that don't be listening to me. From my loyal listeners to my newer listeners to my first time listeners on this episode, life is really what you fucking make it. Honestly, don't get it twisted. I'll be catching attitudes sometimes, and I'll be letting shit sometimes trigger me. There's a lot of things that piss me off. Y'all know I keep it raw, but life is what you make it. And y'all have to have fun. You have to be able to have fun with yourself. You have to be able to surround yourself with as much love as you can, even if it's self-love. You have to be able to embrace everything around you, and really look at it for it being there in that moment with you, present. Don't miss those moments because you are fixated in other things and thoughts. It's okay to get lost in your thoughts for those seconds that you're reflecting, but don't miss those moments right in front of you. Don't miss that sun ray. Don't miss that ocean wave. Do not miss that moment of tasting that good food. Don't miss that sip of that delicious drink. Don't miss that laughter. Don't miss that joy for the wrong reasons. And I say that for a reason, honestly. There are things I did on this trip. There are things I didn't, because I needed my me time, because I needed to also put at the forefront my rest, my peace, my tranquility. I needed that for me because it's what I need, right? But I don't at all consider having missed anything that I regret missing. And that's what life is about. And that's really what we should look at in making our own lives about
cherishing those moments, making those memories, not fixating or being so focused on the wrong things, missing out on those greater opportunities and those greater moments. And shout out to my friend, a huge, huge, huge shout out to my friend, Nicole. I was devastated that she couldn't come on this trip with us because, COVID, in more ways than one, y'all. We ain't even gonna get into that because it's just gonna piss us off, right? Because I said there's shit that be pissing me off. But if it wasn't for her constantly mentioning this trip, if it wasn't for her allowing me in her space with her family, if it wasn't for her constantly saying, Daisy, see if you can, Daisy, see if you can, this is where we're going, this is what we're doing. If it wasn't for her always being so thoughtful to us, and drilling that into my head, y'all, this cruise was not planned for me. This cruise was a seize the moment type of a trip. I realized my son was off from school well in advance enough for me to make a motherfucking deposit last minute compared to everyone else. Okay. Just in a couple of months. All right. And have that shit fully paid off for 2 people, a 10 fucking day cruise. And I did that. I jumped on it without no fucking questions. And then that family looked out for me and my kid during that trip. So shout out to my girl. Shout out to friends. Shout out to family. Shout out to people just seeing sometimes what you need for yourself and embracing that for you and encouraging you to do it too. Because y'all know your girl sometimes be missing those moments, and I am happy to say that the entire trip, I didn't miss a single fucking thing. I did everything I wanted to do in the way I wanted to do it. And I am so content with the trip. Reflective enough on my entire fucking life. Y'all bitches happy. And shout out to me for that. And yeah, y'all really just have to make it significant, impactful for yourself. Don't need to show the whole world. You could keep it to yourself if you want to. But have it for you. Have it for you. And this is a complete solita little episode. But on a complete overdose, honestly, y'all, sometimes disconnecting from fucking social media is hella good. And I'm glad I did do it. It is probably one of the best things I've ever done in a very long time. And on that note, guys, episode 95, a whole solita episode. I am so excited. I am looking forward to celebrating episode 100 with you guys. I have something in the works. I definitely want to include you guys in that episode. So to my listeners, and I will definitely be putting it on my social media platforms, I would love for you guys to send me some thoughts, some reviews about the podcast, about the show, what this has meant to you, whether it's on a DM, whether it's on an email, what this show has meant to you, what has impacted you, if I've made a difference at all. Share your thoughts with me. I would love to give you guys a shout out and read your thoughts out on my 100th episode. Also, what you can do is go support your girl in more ways than just one. You can put 5 stars and multiple reviews on Apple Podcasts. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I would love to see more reviews and more 5-star ratings for the 100th episode. But definitely send me your lovable reviews and your positive thoughts. I would love to read it. You guys are dope as fuck. Thank you for keeping this show rocking while I was away. Those downloads was still hitting, and y'all are amazing. And I have something that I'm cooking, something that I'm thinking of for the 100th episode. Definitely gonna reach out to other folks to see if they send in some audios, just giving a shout out to the show. And I can't wait for you guys. And we will be featuring some of my favorite episodes. But if you have some of your favorite episodes, send them to me, tell me, and I could definitely do a little montage of those clips and put them as part of the show for episode 100. So y'all got 5 weeks to work with me to prep this out. I want to hear from you guys. I am once again excited to be back. Make sure you come back next week. We have a dope episode and dope guests on the show, and so much more to come. And I'm super duper excited to continue on this journey with you guys. Your girl is feeling great. And as always, guys, this has been another week and another episode on Overdose of Raw Talk Podcast. I am your host, Miss C, and you guys will tune in next week. Bye.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And we are live on your favorite podcast streaming platform. Make sure to tell a friend, to subscribe, rate, and review. Talk to you later. Bye.